Hi everyone, my name is Rachel and welcome to the French Seams. Thanks so much for joining me today for Friday Sews. So as always, a huge thank you to Jen from Today in Jen Sewing Room for this fabulous hashtag. So thank you very much for coming back this week, and thank you so much for all the love you showed on my video that I put out last week, my kind of weekend chatty catch up. I loved making that, and thank you so much for all the lovely feedback. It was really great to catch up with you guys, to let you know what I've been doing, and thank you for all the love of my lovely new sewing room. So I am very lucky to have this. I did get asked by a few people actually would I be doing a sewing room tour, and yes, I probably will actually. So I did a sewing room tour in my last sewing room, which I was very lucky to have at that time, but that was in the shed at the bottom of the garden if you remember. So this is now in the house. So I think I will. There's a few more tiny bits left to do, a few more little things to be hung up. If you remember my lovely French seams sign, that's going to go back up in this wall. So a few more little tweaks, and I think I will give you a little tour. Little being the operative word, because as I say, it's a little teeny weeny room, but I'm very lucky to have it. So thank you also for all the love on the Tamarack collaboration with the wonderful, amazing Sam from Sew Less Farco Sam. That was just the most fun to do, and I have been wearing that jacket loads. I just absolutely love it. And I did get asked the difference between the Tamarack jacket and the Helen's Closet Wildwood. So I thought I'd give a little tiny rundown on that. So this is my lovely Tamarack jacket with the lovely hood, and then I've made both versions of the Wildwood. So I've made the jacket version, just ran downstairs to get them, and I've made the gilet version. And I suppose the main difference is that the Wildwood comes with a gilet version, obviously, so sleeveless, which is actually a different bodice piece entirely. I thought it was literally just leave off the sleeves. It's not. It's an entirely new arm side. And then this comes with much bigger pockets. And then with the Tamarack, of course, you get the expansion. So you can buy the expansion for a hood, and you can also do that for a collar. So the main difference is the Tamarack comes with welt pockets, and this comes with the big huge patch pockets. And the Tamarack does come with patch pockets as well, but they're more squares. These are more kind of oblong-y shape. They're the main differences. The Tamarack also comes with an edge-to-edge closing, and this just comes with snaps. Instructions and everything, they're both pretty similar. They're both amazing instructions, really good. How to quilt your own fabric, how to lengthen, shorten them, all those kind of things, how to do the binding, all that kind of stuff. All the instructions are brilliant. I'm sure there must be some sort of sew along for Helen's Closet ones. I didn't see it and I didn't use it at the time, but for the Tamarack there definitely is a really good blog post, and there's a really good sew along as well, but I'm sure Helen's Closet has something similar, knowing her and her channel. The fit of the Wildwood is probably a little bit closer, so a closer fit and a much shorter jacket and gilet than the Tamarack. The Tamarack is quite is a little bit longer. But they're the main differences. So I guess it depends on what you want. If you want the versatility of having a gilet and a jacket, or if you like having the option for a hood and a collar. So it kind of depends on what you're into, really. I really like the Tamarack. I used to love the Wildwood, and I still do, but with the hood and the welt pockets in the Tamarack, I think it kind of elevates it ever so slightly. There's still loads of binding in both of them, so if you don't like binding, maybe not your thing, but the binding gives it a lovely finish, and I suppose the quilting is fun. With both of them you can use pre-quilted fabric, which takes an awful lot of stress out of it. So yeah, it's kind of up to personal preference really, but I would highly recommend both. I think they're both fabulous patterns by really good designers, so hopefully that gives you a little indication. I did make this one reversible. I just bound the entire thing inside and out in this really cool fabric from Carlo Fabrics, and then this is my brand new one, my Tiger collaboration with Sam. So this is a really gorgeous pattern as well. So yeah, it's up to you. If you do have any more questions about the differences between the Tamarack and the Wildwood, please just pop them in the comments box below. I'd be happy to answer them. So moving on, what have I been doing over the past week? So we had a lovely bank holiday last weekend, so spent some lovely family time. The weather was mixed, but it was okay. We ended up going out to a lovely local kind of heritage park, went on a kind of train, saw a few kind of interesting things. The boys just loved that there was a ball pond there. They could have spent 4 hours in the ball pond, but we tried to show them a little bit of culture, but it was nice to get out and about, and lovely always to have a lovely bank holiday. Then for the rest of the week, I've just been working, and I have been doing a little bit of sewing. So will I show you what I've been getting up to? So the first thing I will show you is what I'm wearing, and I am So delighted with these. So if you watched my video last week, you saw that I made my giraffe trousers, the Helen's Closet Arden pants, and I made them in the just view A, I think, which is a straight down. And these are the ones that I wanted to make the giraffes for my wearable toile, which is an entirely new thing for me. But these are my Arden pants. So if I scoot you in like this, thank you very much for all the recommendations for the IKEA mats where I can roll on a carpet. Thank you very much. So these are my Arden pants. So I absolutely love them. So they've got beautiful big huge pockets here. They've got pockets at the back. I did a little Sarah Hart's label there that I got from System & Taka. So there'll be big pockets at the back, and then they're straight down. And then if I can show you with my flip-flops, so they've just got the gathering at the bottom. So absolutely love them. I think they're so comfortable, so easy to wear. Absolutely love them. So I've got them on today with my beloved MET from Jennifer Lauren Handmade in Flamingos, which is the most beautiful cotton jersey. Actually, it's gorgeous quality that I got from Crafty Studio. So the Helen's Closet Arden pants, I absolutely love them. So they are so quick to make. The instructions are brilliant. It does say it takes 2.5 meters of fabric. With my giraffes, probably yes. With this, because it's a plain fabric, I could swap around the legs. I got out of slightly less than 2.5 meters, which is great. So I thought I had shortened the rise on my giraffes by 1 inch. I hadn't, it was just 1/2 inch. So I've now shortened it by 1 inch, and I really like the fit. So my waist is here and the trousers come up to here. So that's where they come up to, and this is my waist. So way prefer the non-high-waisted part of it. And then I added 1 inch to the leg length, the same as my giraffes, which is perfect. It was really, really nice. So I did get proper size elastic for the waistband, but I still did my little wavy thing, which I think looks really, really nice. Then for the cuffs at the bottom, that was a bit tricky. So the elastic is really, really wide, and trying to get into the channel and then trying to top stitch the nice 4 rings around it. So what I had to do was, my machine actually turned it, instead of looking at your machine like this, I turned it like that. So I had the cuff piece in the little arm. I took off the little plate thing and put it into the little cuff, what do you call it? The little bit where the needle plate is, it's narrower. So I put the cuff on that, and then I stretched it like this, holding it out with 2 arms. My shoulders were killing me, trying to stretch out the elastic and trying to get it all the way around. That was a bit tricky. So I didn't have wide enough elastic. So again, I used my trick of, I had quite wide elastic and a narrower piece, and I zigzagged the 2 of them together, and that now works perfectly. But so I really like the look, nice kind of gathered look at the bottom, and I'm so pleased with these, you have no idea. So I am now going to buy more linen. I want a black pair in view A, which just goes straight, and I think that would be a lovely kind of swooshy pair of summer trousers. And I really want to get some to make a shorts version of them. So I think Helen's Closet has a hack where you can hack these into shorts, but I think it'd be really, really nice as shorts, and maybe kind of like a corally pink or green or something would be lovely. I did make linen shorts last year. I made the Kai shorts by Love Notions, and they're grand, but I think these would make much nicer shorts. And the pocket pieces in these are actually really, really cool. So they're enormous pockets, but it's just one pocket piece, and you just then kind of flap it back over. So it's a lovely construction. You don't have a pocket bag and a pocket facing. It's just a lovely construction. I just think Helen's Closet Passions are just fabulous. I really do. They're great. So really, really happy with these. Can you tell I'm delighted with my new trousers? So the next thing I got made up was my lovely dress. So I shall grab that for you now and show off my trousers while I do it. So this is my incredibly hacked dress. I should say the fabric from both these is from driessenstoffen. So I wanted to make a little summer floaty dress, and I used, so the neckline is the Lotta from Chilling Buttons, which I think I stretched out. The neckline is really big. Never mind. It's a summer top, I'll get away with it. I also put on beautiful Specky seamstress binding instead of the facing. So the top is the Lotta, all of this is the Lotta. Then the sleeves are from the Deer and Doe Magnolia dress. So I just laid the 2 passion pieces on top of each other. Thankfully, both of them have a 5/8 of an inch seam allowance. They matched up perfectly. That was great. So that's the bodice. Then the waist is the Lotta again. Then the pockets in a Lotta are from the Davenport dress, these kind of little slash pockets here. So that was a bit of a head scratcher trying to get them fitting into the same waistline as the Lotta, but got there in the end. So beautiful big pockets, and they don't flap or sag out or anything because they're attached into the waistband, which is brilliant. And then the skirt, then the rest of the skirt is the Lotta, and I absolutely love how this came out. It's really, really pretty. Hopefully I'll get pictures and pop them in here as well, but I think as a little summer dress it's fabulous. And I avoided flowers in the as Cara from So So Mad calls it, the chesticles. So avoided that, the dreaded flower boobies. So yes, absolutely love it. Beautiful, beautiful fabric, and a really cool pattern hack that I was so delighted I managed to do. It was a bit of a head scratcher, but kind of fun to do, and kind of to see the vision that I had kind of work out, which I'm delighted about. So yes, this is my, I don't even know what I'll call it. So it's going to be a Magnolia Lotta Davenport type dress, but delighted with it. So that's the other thing I got made up. The last thing I got made up this week was, and it is over here, is, so Izzy, the lovely Dizzy Quilts and Sews on YouTube and Instagram, she's doing her Quilt As You Go block, and this is now block, it must be block 7 I think at this stage, and it is this beautiful block which I am so pleased with. So again, this is just fabric that I think I got given by my aunt or something. She gave me a huge bundle of fabric recently, which I'm terribly grateful for. And then even on the back, I think this is hers as well, so little flowers, which is really pretty. So this is called Churn Dash, and I had made this block in my quilt class, and I really, really liked it. And the version that Izzy has is just gorgeous and so quick to put together. Her instructions are just fabulous, and I learn so much from her. And then the free motion embroidery, which I am so pleased with. I've been really, really struggling with the free motion embroidery, and the reason is on my Dukey, it's got a start stop button, which I've always used pretty much ever since I got the machine, which is now coming up to 3 years, because I got it for a roundy birthday, and it's my birthday month this month, and that was 3 years ago. Oh dear. So about 3 years ago I got that machine, and I've always used the start stop button, and I just got into the habit of doing it. And then in talking to who else would I talk to about quilting things like this, the lovely Adam Sews, I was like, should I use my foot pedal? He was like, yes, definitely. So swapped out my foot pedal, and it has made the world of difference. Thank you so much, Adam. So it's not perfect, and I got a kind of random line here where I kind of went a bit lost and had to find my way back out. But they're little flowers, and I love the effect of this. I think it's really, really cool. Izzy walks you through how to do this, how to practice it. It's just so good. I just love the way she teaches. It's fabulous, and I am so happy with this. And this gives a beautiful kind of texture. I keep getting threadness, and the thread does snap a little bit, even though I'm using good thread. So if you do have any tips on what thread to use for free motion embroidery, please let me know. But this is my little block. So thank you, Izzy, for that. I think we only have 2 left before we're going to assemble that quilt, which is marvellous. So that was what I got up to this week. I also cut out all my stuff for So Fruity. So my vlog is going to be coming out on Tuesday, so Tuesday the 11th, so be sure to look out for that. And I've got a couple of projects that I'd like to start, and I've got them all cut out ready to go because I'm super excited about those, but I won't say a word about them. You'll have to come back on Tuesday. So that's what I got done this week. It's also a huge amount of cutting out. So what are my plans for the upcoming week? So I am going to go fabric shopping this weekend, because that's what you do. I need a new quilt project. So in talking to Adam, he mentioned on one of his vlogs a little while ago a quilt pattern company that I hadn't heard of before, and they're called Rope and Anchor Trading Co. She's really, really cool. She's a lady called Tracy. She lives on a narrowboat or a barge, I think, which is really cool anyway. And she's got the most beautiful patterns, and I fell in love with this one. So in the colour picture, it's pink and white, which is lovely. But my new bedroom, which, you know, if you know, we've done it up recently, and it's very, very dark navy walls, and it's kind of mustardy curtains that I made recently. So I'm going to make this in navy and mustard instead. So I'm going to have a navy background, and then the dark star I'm going to have in the leftover fabric from our curtains, which is this lovely jacquard. And then so the accents, I'm going to get a lighter yellow. So I need to buy navy and I need to buy light yellow, and I'm going to get a start on this. It's called the Spring Quilt Pattern, and she's got wonderful instructions going through it all here, how to assemble the rows, how to do everything like that, and it's all, I think, squares and half square triangles, which looks really cool. So that's going to be my new quilt project. I can't go to my quilting bee this week because Mr. French Seams is away, but I'll start it the following week, so that'll give me a week to cut it all out, which would be great. So that's my quilting update. So I mentioned So Fruity, I'm going to be cracking on with those. And then my sister has commissioned me. So she texted me yesterday saying, please could you make me something? So you know that second you're like, oh no, what's it going to be? But all she wanted was a little pouch. So how many times can I mention Adam from Adam Sews in one vlog? Adam's pattern to the rescue. So I've made, this is this trio of pouches. I've made the medium before. I now keep my makeup in it. It's perfect. So I'm going to make her this small version of this. I'll pop in the picture of the one that I have. So center a picture of my one, center a picture of these ones. She said, yes, definitely. So I'm going to crack on with that. So I've got a few nice fat quarters that I bought recently. I think I've got bees on them, which would be quite cute. So I'm going to have a go at that. So, and then the other thing I would like to get made up is a little dress. So I am going for dinner with a few of my lovely friends next week, and I would like to make a Kielo wrap dress. You know how I feel about the Kielo wrap dress. I think I've made 4. I'll pop in I have a summer version. I have a couple of versions. I'll pop in all of them, see what you think. But I really want to make the sleeveless version. I've never made the sleeveless version before, always long sleeve or short sleeve. And for this, I've got the most beautiful on brand green viscose jersey from Driessenstoffen, and I'm going to make a sleeveless Kielo out of this. I think it's absolutely beautiful, and it's such a great pattern. I love it. I'm going to make the knee length version and just sleeveless. So I did have to print out a few extra sheets because the sleeved version obviously has a different arm size, but that should be okay. And then so I'm going to get working on this and hopefully have that done in time for my nice dinner next week as well. So they are my plans. I think that's everything I want to talk with you about today. I think it is just checking my little flamingo notebook today. Oh dear, did I knock you over? The leg of my tripod is really wobbly. My lovely flamingo notebook that I got from the wonderful Sam. So let's sparkle, so completely on brand again. So that was everything I wanted to chat with you today. I hope you're all well. Thank you so much as always for joining me. If you have any questions on anything I mentioned here, please let me know. You know how much I love having the chats and finding out what you guys are working on. I hope you all have a lovely weekend. I hope the weather is cooperating wherever you are. I hope it's seasonally appropriate at least. If you like this video, I would love it if you gave me a thumbs up, and please consider subscribing. I would love to have you along on my sewing journey, my sewing chit chat, my sewing ramblings. It'd be really, really great. So thank you very, very much as always for tuning in. Have a wonderful week, a wonderful weekend. I hope you get time for some lovely, lovely sewing, and I will talk to you all again very, very soon. Take care, everyone. Bye.